Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for logging on, tuning in, radioonfire.com, and this is the Love and Hip Hop Post Show. We're going to be here every day that Love and Hip Hop is on, and talking about the show and all that went down. Yours truly, Diamond K. I'm joined by Pebbles. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very good, very good. Season 3 of Love and Hip Hop ATL. I'm excited about this show, and this is a show that initially I was not excited about, but you kind of got me into this show for some strange reason. Um, what you
You,
want to say? You want to
you,
say something about that?
you're gonna blame me? I didn't do it. I didn't do
Okay, that's fine. Um,
it.
season 3 started off. They had been recapping this thing and showing us season 2 for a little while, but it actually started off with a nice little, um, recap of season 2, which was very eventful. Um, and we got started with Jocelyn and Stevie J at their brand new house, where Jocelyn says that they split the bills 50-50. Very nice house. What'd you think about that house?
Oh, it was a nice house. I don't agree with the 50-50.
Well, that's what she said. I'm just telling you what she said. Uh, and they also confirmed what had been widely reported over the summer that they are a couple. They're a married couple, and you know, a lot of people, don't like Stevie J. You being one of them. A lot of people don't like Jocelyn. I like this couple together,
I don't.
though. Why? Why?
But you know what? They may be perfect for each other. They are both. I don't know if you can call a man ratchet, but
Yeah.
they are the same ratchet. They're on the same level. The same level. I can't tell when they're actually getting along. Is it when they're headed towards sex?
I don't
Because
know.
otherwise they're just always arguing.
I think part of the appeal of this couple, the Stevie J and Jocelyn, is the rambunctious nature of Jocelyn and the whole, she's unpredictable. She's like a firecracker, and
Yes, Rihanna reject.
yeah,
Okay.
she's. We also got a look at Rashida and Kirk and their new baby Carter. Rashida said she had a tough pregnancy. I'm glad to see that they are at least making some type of an attempt to get together, but they did point out they're sleeping in separate beds. Things do seem a little shaky. What are your thoughts on Kurt and Rashida?
Well, well, of course it would seem it's gonna be shaky because he actually cheated. He's just accusing her of cheating. He
Right,
doesn't know.
right. Well,
So
maybe she did, maybe she didn't.
she didn't.
I, I,
I
you know,
believe Rashida.
I hope not. I hope that she did not cheat. Uh, you know, it's just him accusing her and where it seems like things are going. I hope that we get the right reactions and all that good stuff. I don't want to. I'm going to say it. I think that the new stars of this show, um, Nico and Mimi, have a lot of buzz right now, and they wasted no time showing us why. Uh, Mimi says that she's having the best sex of her life. Nico has her doing things that she's never done before, mainly, filming some of their encounters with his camera. And Mimi did an interview today on Hot 97 in New York where she said that there were no camera crews, there were no uh, anything else, that was Nico's camera sitting on a tripod, and they recorded several different encounters and there was no camera crew. This was something that was personal for them, and it's compiled with different encounters. Uh, so that's what she said. Um, what, in the story they hadn't gotten to the that part of it yet, but are you calling her out? Is she telling the truth in your opinion, or what do you think about that?
I want to believe that she didn't. It kind of looked like cameras. The lights were there. That's what it seemed like
Well, I
when you see
mean,
the little video.
yeah, I mean, my thing is that obviously I have cameras and lights and all those kind of things, and if that was something that we were trying to make happen, I would put lights up and I would do all of those things uh, to make it as bright as possible, so he could still put up lights and set up a camera on a tripod and make it, decent shots.
But you wouldn't do all that if it was just going to be personal.
That's true.
Now, what has me on the
True.
fence is that when he told her that it was
Well,
stolen,
we
she
didn't
was
get to that.
crying.
Yeah, we didn't get to that yet. We didn't get to
Okay,
that yet. But
okay.
I definitely I feel you on that, and I see where you're going with this. But um, before we get to that part, let's talk a little bit about the. I don't know if is he the most successful rapper that's been a part of this franchise. New to the show this season, Waka Flocka and his fiancee Tammy. Is Waka Flocka the biggest rapper that's been a part of Love and Hip Hop?
Um, I would like to think so. Because the only other person I know of was Scrappy.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Well, Benzino.
So, okay, Benzino.
Oh my God, what was
So anyway,
Holly Red?
anyway,
Rashida. Yeah, I guess Waka Flocka is bigger than those artists. Um,
everyone,
yeah, well, is Waka Flocka bigger than Jim Jones? I know he's part of the New York edition, but is Waka Flocka bigger than Jim Jones?
you know, please don't take me there. I like Jim Jones, so I don't know because I don't know, how well their records did. I don't know.
Can you name two Jim Jones songs?
No.
Can you name one?
Uh, what is that song when they
Ballin'.
said ball? That's
All
it.
right, so you can name one. Um, Now you brought him up, so let's talk a little bit about Scrappy. Scrappy says he's done with Erica. Now he's kicking it with Bambi. I don't think that this one had any chance of working. Of course, we're not going to spoil it for the people that don't know, what's going on with those two. But I was one surprised to see Scrappy claiming Bambi.
Well, well, I wasn't surprised. He needed something. He needed something because Arca had dumped him basically
Yeah, she
the
did.
end of last season.
She
She
sold
gave
him
him his ring back.
with
That's
it.
it.
Yeah,
And then Shay wasn't bothering with him either. She had moved on. So
yeah,
he needed to show them like, oh, y'all left me, but I'm good.
yeah. Well, I mean, he could have done better than that. And you brought up
What's wrong with Bambi? Don't do that.
well, let me say this. I personally think that he should be with Erica. Um,
Well, Erica's moved on. She has a very nice young man.
yeah,
So
well,
anyway,
Erica had another guy, and that didn't work out either. So
you
Erica needs to be with her child's father.
no, she doesn't.
Needs to be with her. Now maybe he needs to do some more growing up.
Scrappy is a cheater.
Yeah, yeah. That's a bad part about it. Though. I can't argue that point. Um, Now Mimi met up with Erica and the troublemaker I like to call her.
want to call her arrogant. She's not a troublemaker.
She's definitely a troublemaker, and she is trying to keep the K Michelle streak going. Uh, but troublemaker, she is no K Michelle. She's just I don't know. I don't know what.
She's trying to be relevant. Other than going back from this one to this one to this one and saying anything,
Yeah,
starting any type of confrontation, she has no storyline.
she
So
doesn't.
she has to make herself relevant.
Well, I will be glad when my homegirl puts them hands on her. It's going
Who's
to
your homegirl?
Jocelyn. I hope Jocelyn.
That man is, I mean, Jocelyn is your homegirl. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, Jocelyn's cool. Jocelyn's cool with me. Um, yeah, Jocelyn was cool. It was Stevie J who I didn't particularly care for when I met, but Jocelyn was cool. Um,
That's because she was, when did you decide she was cool? On the stripper pole? Or, when
no,
she had on all of her revealing clothes? Which one was it?
she didn't have on that much revealing clothes when I met her. Um, and I met her at November, um, at Candy's play.
Right.
She was nice. He was just, I don't know, rude and obnoxious.
So he was himself.
Yeah, he was.
And she was being phony
Well, you're probably right. You're probably right. Can't argue with that one.
because she is very rude and obnoxious.
You're
She
right.
couldn't even get her words together on the show.
Well, I know that she is just, if you pay attention, she hates on everybody. Okay. Mimi is with Nico, right? When she was with Nico before, the girl was hating on Nico then. Okay? And K Michelle was hating on Nico. Now they take some time away, whatever. They're back together. She's back to hating. Most
No,
girls,
because she know he's not good for her.
what does she know? She just came out the closet. She barely knows what she wants. She needs to be focused on her own self instead of trying to. I just don't understand that about women. It's
She did
just,
not just come out the closet.
well, relatively speaking, she's at least 28 years old. She just came out the closet, which means she's been confused for a while.
She
So,
listen. We're not going to discuss that. That's a whole nother route.
yeah.
But but your friends know. Your genuine friends know, and they
They
can
don't
tell
know
when
enough
somebody's not
about
good for you.
Nico. They don't know enough about Nico to make. Now let me say this. Nico is sneaky. He is greasy and slimy and slippery.
And unattractive. I'm
That
sorry.
why, I don't know about all that, but I'm just saying.
I just had to add that. Okay.
Okay, okay, but I'm just saying that they were too quick to judge him without knowing anything about him or enough about him. And even if somebody did something wrong in the past, that doesn't mean that they can't change.
That's true.
So,
But once again, this all goes to don't tell your friends when you're having problems in your relationship because they hold on to those things. And when you claiming that you're happy now,
right,
they're going to say, well, what about this, this, and this? And
right.
that's why her friend doesn't like him.
They didn't like him from the beginning. I mean, they didn't like Stevie J. They
She
didn't.
dealt with, but she dealt with Nico before. So they
Right,
have history.
right,
So
right.
why wouldn't her best friend know this?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess
Okay.
you're right. But I just hope that she gets what's coming to her. That's all. That's what I hope. Right.
Oh, so and I can't take it.
But she also told the girls that she made a sex tape with Nico.
Yes.
The ladies were not too happy about that. Eric
No.
said stuff that made sense, right?
Right.
The troublemaker girl, she was mad, but she was mad for a different reason. Do you know why she was mad?
No. Tell me, please.
Because she wanted to be in the tape with Mimi. That's why she was mad.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh,
I don't
you
know.
need to
I
stop.
don't know if you realize this, but that girl likes Mimi.
I don't think she likes Mimi in that way.
Well, I don't know about that. What time? Time?
I think she likes Kate Michelle in that way, but
Yeah, what she likes? She likes any of them. Time will definitely tell. We hit the reset button for a minute. This is RadioOnFire.com, Pebbles and Diamond K, and we are doing a love and hip hop post show where we are analyzing the first episode of season three, Love and Hip Hop ATL. Several new characters introduced, and we talked a little bit about this one. Rashida met up with Waka Flocka's mom, Deb Antney, who I've met several times, but she's very, what's the word that I want to say about his mom? She's pretty hardcore, and I don't know what I would like to see her prom picture. Yeah, your prom picture, but Rashida, Rashida met up with Waka's mom and his fiance Tammy, who talks. She talks like somebody I know, not know, somebody else that we've seen on the show. I can't quite put my fingers on it. She just reminds me of somebody else on the show too. Okay, just can't put my finger on it. But you know, Waka's mom made it clear that she's planning the wedding and pretty much it's her wedding. She said she's giving away her son. Um, this is going to be a problem in the relationship. I
Very
figure.
much a problem.
Yeah.
Very much a problem. She needs to. She's too much into their whole engagement, their relationship. She's too far in. She needs to step back a little.
I notice that there's a reoccurring theme. All of the mothers who are overly into the children's relationships are single.
True.
You notice that?
True.
Any woman in a relationship doesn't have time to be that involved in their grown children's lives.
I agree.
So, this is going to be some fireworks are headed here, but the one thing that I did like is that Waka's mom and Tammy were putting in the good word for the relationship with Kirk and Rashida to try to stay together.
True. They were. And I think it's more or less that, well, you guys have been together for this long and you should work things out. But they don't know all of the behind the scenes.
Right, right,
So they're just going on the amount of years that they have been together.
right. And that makes sense to me, though. I think that it's better than the advice that the troublemaker would give to someone who's married. She'd be like, "Oh yeah, you've been married, 17 years, so you tried already, so get a divorce." And I mean that would be her advice. But
You should stop doing that to her.
I mean, I just don't like her. I just
Well,
don't.
I don't like Miss Jocelyn, but I'm not, I'm not, keep saying negative things as it relates to her and her little wigs. Her hairstyle look kind of okay today.
uh,
She might
Scrap,
have a 27 piece next week.
Scrappy's mom in a bar to meet her son, who's bringing by Bambi to meet his mom. As always, Mama D, all right, Mama D
Hmm.
did her research and said that Bambi is having an affair in Los Angeles. I thought that was funny. She was also talking about eggs and basically he's keeping his options open.
Wow.
That's a lot to say to somebody that you're, just meeting.
Hey, well, listen. We've known from previous seasons that Mama D has no brakes on her
Right,
lips.
right,
If she think it, it's coming out.
right. What did you think of the bartender that was pushing up on Mama D?
Um, I don't think he really wanted that woman. He just wanted a bigger tip.
Ah, very interesting. Do you think he do Mama D?
Um, oh, I don't know. She looks like a man in the face, so I don't know. I'm sorry. Um, I don't know. I would hope not.
Now, one thing that I was looking forward to, I didn't know that we were going to get it so early. Nico tells Mimi that his camera was in his bag when it was stolen from the airport. Can we have some air quotes and say allegedly stolen?
Right.
Mimi worried about Stevie using this against her. She was very upset. She was crying. What are your thoughts on this? This is obviously something that we were not privy to this information previously. Does this put any new light on the sex tape situation with you?
Well, yes, because she started crying as if she didn't know that the tape had been leaked. So like when he's telling her that it was stolen, so now she's upset.
Right.
So that's why I am on that fence that says she knew about it and then maybe she didn't know about it. So I'm just stuck on that fence.
Well, I mean, one thing about this, I'm going to say that she knew that the bags were stolen. She admitted that she knew that the bags were stolen. She didn't know that the camera was in the bags. And the other thing that's um, really stands out, Nico appears to have orchestrated this whole thing. Um, and I think he's trying to come up. He's a aspiring rapper, and he may thinks that this helps him. But what people have to understand is that this doesn't help you in that regard as far as making someone want to buy your music has to make them want to buy your music, not the shenanigans. I do think that this raises Mimi's profile. How does this help? How has the sex tape helped Nico in your opinion, or has it?
Help him with what? It might help him with the ladies.
Okay.
Um, yeah, because anybody that watched it, yes, I did watch it. Um, it might like that's all I can say. It can help him with the ladies. I didn't know the man was even trying to rant. He can keep that. Um, yeah, I can't see how it helped him at all. Not professionally. Um,
Okay.
even with Mimi, it just it makes other people look at her. See, and she's had since the tape, they've both had some positive things said, but mostly negative. From what I see from social media.
Well, I mean, I saw several things about their feet, bottom of his feet, or something like that. Um, People saying that his feet were dirty, and
Women said that.
uh, no.
Yeah, because women wasn't looking at that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Um, I also heard some guys say that she wasn't vocal and she seemed bored. Um,
Uh, yeah, okay.
did you?
Um,
I didn't gather that. What was your take?
I didn't get that either. What it looked like is that they were really not trying to make porn. They were doing what anyone would do in their bedroom. They
Right.
wasn't doing anything special. Now that whole shower rod, that was something I've never done, and I don't want to try. But that was something different. Maybe that was for the cameras.
Yeah.
But the other things that I seen was like, oh girl, please, I've done that.
Yeah.
Nothing special. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty regular. I mean, it's pretty much like I mean, you've seen one, pretty much seen it all. It's not like it's going to change it is what it is, and everybody's adults or should be. So, it's more so on the quote unquote status of the people involved, but I mean, you're adult, so. Mimi said this about the shower rod that it's not that she was just hanging on the shower rod, is that he was able to support, her body weight, and that it wasn't the shower rod specifically. She did say that they tried to reach some type of an agreement with the makers of the shower rod, but they were not interested because it's being associated with porn, and they didn't want that type of stigma attached to their product.
Good.
So no line of special Mimi shower rods. She also said that it wasn't one of those shower rods that just suction cups to the wall; that it was actually bolted down. So all
Well,
the
I'm
well,
glad she explained that. Maybe she can explain that to her child when she
well,
stumbles across it.
she did. She did have a few questions about that. About her child. She said her child is young, and she has to explain to her child how to uh, deal with some of the harsh realities that happen at school, and stabbings and shootings, and she's not worried about having to explain to her child mommy doing adult things and making love. So she said
And she's a mother.
more
Mm,
important things to worry about. So that's what she said, and you know,
wow.
time will tell. So there you have that. But
Wow.
the thing that was the dead giveaway for me of that Nico is involved in this um, was when he said that we've been exposed and we just need to capitalize off this.
Yeah.
That's not what I would say to my girl after this happened. Those are not the words that I would say. Um, it's just,
I have $1 million question.
yeah.
Where are you going with the camera? Why is it still footage on the camera? Why is that memory card not somewhere else?
Why hadn't you
I don't
uploaded that
understand.
somewhere, whatever? Yeah.
Exactly. Like why haven't
Why
he
you carrying it
dumped the
around? Why
footage
is it not in a
already?
safe or something?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But this is like you've heard. We're from the inner city, so we've definitely heard of this. But you know how uh, we know of people who want to get some insurance stuff going. So their car mysteriously comes up missing and gets crashed, or different things like that, where people try to do different things to get over. This
Hmm.
seems like he planned this, set it up, and he's trying to get over.
He definitely trying to get over. He needed to come up so he can buy her a real rollie.
I definitely think that stuff is going to hit the fan, and judging by some of the previews that we've seen for the upcoming episodes, is going to be very interesting. Speaking of interesting, I want to get your opinion on this before we wrap it up. Kirk and his mother-in-law still not getting along. He does not like his mother-in-law, kissing their newborn baby in the mouth. What are your feelings on that?
I don't like it either.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I thought that it was
I don't like it either. Like she should listen. I don't know where your lips been, Miss, but most importantly, babies, their immune system is not as strong. So therefore, if you coming down with anything, you can give it straight to the baby.
right,
But she just don't like Kurt. So if he say not to do it, she's still gonna do it.
right.
So it could be something as simple because I know um when my child was small, people didn't like that I would say, You have to wash your hands before you hold my baby. They thought that was crazy. You have to wash your hands and get this receiving blanket and put it on your clothes. But hey, you either did it and held the baby or you didn't. But she needs to respect that. Do not put your lips on my baby. Even,
My infant baby.
yeah, because even if they kiss him in the face and they have on perfume, the baby can end up with all these bumps. So just respect. I don't know. They have to find a way to get along. I know that much. It's been too many. They've been together how long? 17 years. She has to get it together.
Well, she claims that she's not going to stop. She just won't do it in front of him. And she also pointed out the fact that she said you weren't claiming the baby at first. Now you're trying to act like it's your child. He hinted that there was a possibility that he would be taking a DNA test. That's the way I gathered it. What
Yes,
what are your thoughts?
I believe he. Well, he asked for a DNA test when she first told him she was pregnant. He said we're gonna have to get a DNA test. So I'm sure he's getting that DNA test.
Yeah, well, this is going to be very interesting. I think that it will cause confusion with Rashida, him going through that.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, well, there you have that. Um, Also, Jocelyn and Stevie J's birthdays just a day apart. They had a post-marriage party. Mimi sent her homegirls there to spy on them, try to get information about the marriage and stuff like that to give it back to Mimi. They even brought the gift of a stripper pole from Mimi. Like I said, these girls are asking for trouble. I like Erica, so I don't want to say anything negative about Erica. It's the other one that I don't like.
Oh my gosh. So they do the same thing, but because you don't like the
I,
other one, Arian,
I
you said,
guess I think that Arian draws the line, crosses the line between being the friend and overstepping her boundaries. And I think that she crosses that line.
oh,
My thoughts. These are just my thoughts. The stripper
hmm
pole. Uh, you know, it was a gesture that she didn't like. She eventually, Jocelyn, that is, eventually left the party, leaving Stevie J stranded. He was forced to ride with the fellas to the strip club because he was stranded. How could she do that to him? But
hey, he know who he's dealing with.
yeah, he does, and uh, you know, the situation is, of course, you haven't been in a situation, but how should he handle her, his child's mother, and the whole, you know, sex tape thing?
Um, wow.
How would you handle it?
You're saying if I was the guy,
Well, no, I mean just you being yourself.
me being myself,
Yeah.
and he made a sex tape,
Yep.
what can I do? Because, and even in his situation, just because Mimi made a sex tape does not make her an unfit mother.
Right. I agree with that.
What she's doing on that tape is what she did to make the child that she has. Okay, so
Good
I
point.
wouldn't say that she's an unfit mother.
Yeah. No, I
So
don't. I
it's
don't think
really
she's.
nothing for Stevie J to do.
No, listen. Well, let's let the record show. I don't think she's an unfit mother because of that. Um, I think that what comes into play is her ability to make good decisions, but I don't think she's a bad mother. Not at all. I don't think she's a bad mother at all. Um, I don't know. I don't think that Stevie J is going to take this line down. Obviously, I wouldn't. I think he's going to try to use it as an excuse to try to get the child.
Well, listen, they're going to be in court forever because she can prove that both him and Jocelyn has problems. See, anybody can pull up the show. You think a judge or somebody wouldn't refer to the show and say, "Look, Jocelyn just had her whole little episode. Oh, I don't like to talk. I like to fight. I like to fight." So come on now, who wants that around their child? The judge is going to order that? I don't think so.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have a good point there. You have a good point there. Time will tell. Hopefully, we will see the right thing happen.
Mimi sent her a poll. That is too funny.
I
She
think
sent her a
that's funny.
poll. She said,
I
"Get
think
your
that's terrible.
get your stripper ass back on the pole."
I think I think that's terrible. Of course, we're going to be here on Wednesday, 10 p.m. to talk about that special edition of Love and Hip Hop ATL. ATL or New York, which one do you prefer?
I prefer ATL.
Why is that?
Scrappy's on there.
Oh, I didn't know you had a thing for Scrappy. Okay,
I'm just joking.
okay, I didn't know you had a thing for Scrappy. So, uh,
I don't have a. I do not have a thing. Listen,
you are
I like
both
both of them.
heavy. Okay,
I have favorites on both.
right.
Like, I'm on this one. I'm team Erica all the way,
Okay,
all
okay.
the way. But when it gets to New York, I can't help it but be team Yandy. You know
Team, yeah. All right.
what?
Yeah, okay. Well, there you have it. I mean, it is what it is. And yeah, all right. Well, I think this is going to be a very good season. Lastly, I'm very surprised to see that Kylie Red is still around. Um, so we'll see, but I guess it's because of the combustible element between her and Benzino. I'm sure that that has something to do with it. So,
Well, she won't be around too much longer.
well, that that
Yeah,
may be a good thing.
I just can't see it. Her storyline is still weak. Like,
Yeah,
it's still weak.
yeah,
From
definitely.
the previews, she catch a beat down. So
She
hey,
she needs to catch a beat down. That's
that bitch is shaking the table.
Absolutely. Well, if you need to check out any episodes that we have here of this and any other shows, radioonfire.com is where you go. Our new spring schedule is posted. You will be doing a show on Tuesdays. If you want to talk a little bit about that, what can people look forward to? What is your show about, and what's it going to be like?
Well, my show is Sports Talk with Pebbles, and we're going to be discussing both professional sports. I'm also going to focus on our youth of Baltimore City. So you're going to hear some of that. You're going to hear a lot of my opinion about the NFL teams because I have a lot to say about those teams. And
Okay.
yes, I am a Ravens fan
Okay.
because people
Okay.
are already coming for me.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely going to happen. So we're definitely looking forward to that. The draft coming up, so I'm sure that you're going to speak on that as well.
I'm going to speak on that and as well as the wonderful Donald Sterling.
Okay. Absolutely. So we're looking forward to hear about that. Um, on Thursdays, classic hip hop discussion goes down at 12 noon. Also, this Friday will be the first episode of the Rise and Fall of Club Music ongoing series. So, a new episode of that will air on Fridays. This Saturday, of course, you're going to recap the draft and Saturday night, we'll be coming live from Melba's place with DJ TNT on the one and two. So uh, you definitely log on to radioonfire.com and check that out. And we have a brand new Facebook page, Radio on Fire. So check that out. We will be back tomorrow with Sports Talk with Pebbles. We'll see you then.